let's look at adding and subtracting fractions. So in the upper left, we have 1/5 plus 2/5. Well, let's take a look at what this looks like. I want to draw it. So here is 1/5, and then I want to add 2/5 to it. So I'm going to add another fifth and another fifth. So this is 1/5 plus 2/5, and all together that makes 3/5, just like that. So 1/5 plus 2/5 makes 3/5. Now let's look at the next one on the right, 7/8 minus 3/8. So I'm going to draw that. So here's 7/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7/8, and I'm going to take away 3/8. Take away 1, 2, 3/8. So now I'm left with this one, this one, this one, and this one. 7/8 minus 3/8 is 4/8. That's how many I have left. 4/8. Now I need to make sure my answer is in simplest form, and 4/8 is not in simplest form because I can divide the numerator and denominator by 2. And so 4 divided by 2 is 2, 8 divided by 2 is 4. Oh, I can divide it again. 2 divided by 2 is 1, 4 divided by 2 is 2. So there we go. 4/8 is equal to 1/2. So 7/8 minus 3/8 is 4/8, which is equal to 1/2. There's my answer. Now, I'm noticing here, 1/5 plus 2/5 makes 3/5. So all I really have to do is just add the numerators and keep the denominator the same. Just like over here, 7/8 minus 3/8, 7 minus 3 is 4, and the denominator stays the same. So in the bottom left, we have 4/7 plus 2/7, that makes 6/7. And that's in simplest form, so I'm done. Now, I have 5/9 minus 1/9, that is 4/9, which is in simplest form. So now let's look at some others. Now, these ones aren't so easy because the denominators aren't the same. So I have 2/5 plus 1/2, but the denominators aren't the same here. So what I need to do is make them the same. So I need to come up with a common denominator here. So I need to think of the least common multiple, and we already did least common multiple, the least common multiple of 5 and 2, and that's 10. If I count by 5s and I count by 2s, the smallest number I would say is 10. So now I'm going to make equivalent fractions with a new denominator of 10. So now 5 times 2 makes 10, so 2 times 2 makes 4. So 2/5 is equivalent to 4/10. Now let's look at the next one. How do I get from 2 to 10? I multiply times 5. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. 1 times 5 is 5. So now I'm not going to use 2/5. Instead, I'm going to use 4/10. But that's okay because it's equivalent. I'm not going to use 1/2. I'm going to use 5/10. But it's the same thing. Now my denominators are the same, and I'm ready to add them. 4/10 plus 5/10 is 9/10. All done. Let's look at the next one. We have 3/4 minus 1/3. Once again, my denominators are not the same, but I'm going to make them the same by using equivalent fractions. I'm going to write a fraction that's equivalent to 3/4 and a fraction that's equivalent to 1/3, and I'm going to make sure their denominators are the same. So I need to think of the least common multiple of 4 and 3. I need to think of a number that 4 will divide into and 3 will divide into. 12. 4 divides into 12 and 3 divides into 12. So now I have to figure out my new numerators. Well, 4 times 3 makes 12. So now I'm going to do 3 times 3. That's 9. 3/4 is 9/12. They're equivalent. The left side, 3/4, is equivalent to the right side, 9/12. Now I have 1/3. So now 3 times 4 makes 12, so 1 times 4 makes 4. Now, instead of using 1/3 on the left, I'm going to use 4/12 on the right, but they're equivalent. So 9/12 take away 4/12 is 5/12, and that's in simplest form. So I'm all done. Now I have 1/6 plus 1/3, and once again the denominators aren't the same, so I need to make equivalent fractions here. And now I need a new denominator. So what's the least common multiple of 3 and 6? If I counted by 3's, 3, 6, 9, 12, and so on. And if I counted by 6, 6, 12, 18, 24, and so on. The smallest number I would say is 6. So now 1/6 equals 1/6. I can just rewrite the 1 right there. And now 1/3 equals how many 6? Well, 3 times 2 makes 6. Whatever I do to the denominator, I do to the numerator. 1 times 2 is 2. So now I'm going to add 1/6 plus 2/6. Instead of doing 1/6 plus 1/3, I'm going to do 1/6 plus 2/6. So 1/6 plus 2/6 is 3/6. But that's not in simplest form because I can divide the numerator and denominator by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and there's my answer, 1/2. Let's try one more. 5/6 minus 5/8. So now I need to make equivalent fractions, and my new denominator is going to be 24. That's the least common multiple of 6 and 8. So now 6 times 4 is 24, 5 times 4 is 20, 8 times 3 is 24, 5 times 3 is 15. Now I'm ready to subtract. My denominators are the same. I can do 20 24ths minus 15 24ths. And that is 5 24ths, and that's in simplest form. 5/6 minus 5/8 is 5 24ths.